What is up, fight fans? I am Kevin Iole. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. And my guest right now is a guy who was one of the big stars of the PFL versus Bellator show in Saudi Arabia recently. Aaron Pico got revenge for one of his early losses in his career and was very impressive in defeating Henry Corrales. Welcome, Aaron. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you, Kevin, for having me, and it's an honor to be here. So let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's start with that fight. And what was the experience in Riyadh like? I mean, Riyadh seems like, or not seems like, it has become the fight capital of the world, right? You see all the boxing matches going there this week in Ngannou versus Joshua is there. What was that experience like for you going over there and competing?
It was a great experience. To be honest with you, the hospitality was amazing. The venue was really cool. I enjoyed it. Um, the sound system. It was just it was an experience. It was fun. Um, PFL and Bellator, they seem like they have a lot of energy and are eager to put on the great fights. You see with boxing, now you see with MMA, they have, like I said, they're eager to build up the organizations and to be a part of it and be there. I was very, very honored, and I look forward to fighting there again.
I know this isn't your job, and so I'm just going to ask your opinion. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but
No, no, no.
they decided to run Bellator as a separate organization, and to me, I think that's a mistake, right? I think put all the best fighters together and let's see what happens. What is your sense of how this is going to work, and do you feel like continuing to run Bellator as a separate entity is a good call?
That's a good question. Like I said, that's above my pay grade as far as that stuff. But from what I've been told, that they're going to, like I said, run it separately. But what I was told that the champions of Bellator and the champions of PFL every February they're going to do champions versus champions. So I didn't hear that. But no, at the end of the day, I'm on call to fight anybody. They want me to fight a champion in PFL. They want me to fight in Bellator. Whoever they need me to fight, best believe the answer is always yes. As you can see in all my fights, short notice, okay,
Right.
this, yeah, but I'm just focused on finding the best guys in the world, to be honest with you. I'm at that point in my life where I'm good mentally, physically, and I have a lot of weapons that I feel comfortable using. I have a great team with me, and now let's bring on all the challenges, and I'm ready for it.
When Scott Coker signed you, what was it, 10 years ago now, I think it was a long time. You know,
Crazy.
this is kind of the fighter that you showed at PFL versus Bellator is kind of the fighter everybody thought we were going to see like right at the beginning, right? And I imagine the journey was hard, especially when you were after losing to Borix and you were 4-3, like a lot of doubters, a lot of people questioning you. How difficult was that time frame because you're going right into the major leagues of MMA and you're a young kid that's trying to learn the sport. Like, how difficult was that? And was there ever a point where you thought, yeah, I'm going to walk away from this and compete in something else?
It was very difficult, if I'm being completely honest. That was one of the toughest times in my life.
Mm.
Um, just so many head trips, Can I do this? Can I not do this? Do I have a chin? It was so crazy. Um, but one thing about me, I always say this, that no matter what's going on, whatever it is, if I love it and I don't succeed at it, the first time I will figure out a freaking way to
Yeah.
make it happen. Whether that's horses, whether it was wrestling and fighting, if I do something wrong, I will research. And I just to be up blunt, I mean, it sounds cliche, but I'll never fucking quit. Nothing will break me. It's just not in my vocabulary. So I always told myself, just get to the gym, get to the gym. And I started to grow a relationship with Brandon and Coach Greg, and they told me we've been around a lot of fighters. You can be one of the greatest fighters that ever was in MMA if you just
Mm.
trust us. You're gonna, and I used to have long conversations with Coach Greg. I'm like, yeah, but I'm just not comfortable in there. I'm not comfortable. He said, Aaron, I don't care. You will get comfortable. It will all come together. It's not going to happen overnight. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm so glad I listened to him. And I'm still like, I I tread lightly. That's the only way that I could really put it. Like I know I'm getting more tools and I'm feeling more comfortable, but I always know that in a snap of a finger, that it could all change. So I don't ever, like I said, I don't get too high. I don't get too low. it's great I won, but that's the past. Now what do I got to do to get better? Now I was in the gym, you know, I can't because I have a cut, but I'm like, coach, what do I need to do to get better? Like I want to just be unstoppable. So when you're ready to come back, we're gonna work on some things. I have some stuff in mind. So that's reassuring. You know, that's the thing about MMA. It's just you never perfect it. I think that's why we're always
Yeah.
searching. We're searching for to come as close as we can to it.
And one of the things that I think is fascinating about MMA relative to boxing, if you get a Floyd Mayweather in boxing who's so much better than, the other person can't really make any adjustment because it's all the same thing. But if you're in an MMA fight and you're getting taken down, maybe you can try a different martial art, and it helps and it increases the possibility of somebody else coming up and winning. So to me, that's one of the things I always love about the sport.
Absolutely. I this sport drives me crazy, to be honest with you. It's in a good way. It's like I always in sparring and stuff like that, people will always say, "Man, you looked amazing. You looked great." But I said, "I know, but I want it to be perfect. Like I just want to be perfect." And they're like, "Yeah, but you're never gonna get that." He's like, and I'm like, but then I start to think about it, I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna be perfect, but I'm always shooting for like I don't want to get hit. I don't want to get taken down. I don't want to get tapped out. You know, it does happen in training, you know. I'm not
Right.
Superman, but I think that's what's making me great is that I have that open mind and I want to be the best. And I don't think I know it all because I've been humbled. I've been
Yeah.
laying on my back looking at those lights saying like, damn, this one hurts. And I don't ever want to feel that feeling. That's why I work so hard. You know, some people say I work a little too hard, but I'd rather take my chances with that than not putting in the work.
It's amazing. Like when you look at some of the greatest fighters in MMA, and the one that immediately jumps to my mind is Chris Cyborg. They lose their pro debut, and then they go on and run on these crazy long strings. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jose Aldo either lost his pro debut or his second fight. You lost your pro debut, and I know that didn't go the way you wanted, but in retrospect, do you think it helped you in some way because it did humble you and did make you understand that, hey, even though you have all these different skills, you're not necessarily ready to be the greatest yet?
I think so. I was never like cocky or anything like I'm gonna go, I was actually more I actually was the opposite. I was actually going into MMA was like, shit, I don't have this figured out. I
Wow.
don't know. You know, even my pro debut, I remember I wasn't even nervous my pro debut because I didn't really think I was gonna win. I just remember thinking like, I'm not I'm not gonna bitch out. That's just not in my nature, but I'm gonna go in there and just see what happens and whatever happens. I don't even really count. I mean, yes, of course it's a loss, but I can't even remember it. I don't even, it's just kind of like the just a bad time,
Yeah.
But the losses that I took back to back, well, that was the one of those that really, really was like, damn, I have so much to work on. I don't have this figured out. Even the fights that I won and I knocked them out. The only reason why I'm knocking them out is because I had this sort of anxiety, like I have to knock them out, or else if it goes to the second round, I'm screwed. I don't know what happens. I don't even know what's going on the ground. I
Right.
don't, just got to get this out of the way. And it was spectacular, but I was just, like I said, that young horse, that stallion that just thought he, was just go out there but I needed to be like I use Coach Greg and the coaches here at Jackson Wink. I needed to have that right rider to say, listen, let's slow it down. Let's take some time. Let's do a little bit of this, a little bit of that and then finally over years blend it all together and I feel like I'm finally starting to catch my stride and it feels good but it was a lot of head trips to be honest with you but the gym is my safe haven and I'm so thankful that I found my coaches and Jackson Wink and everything's good.
You are 9-1 in your last 10, and of course the one loss, Jeremy Kennedy, who's going to be fighting for the title coming up soon. You got injured in that fight, so even though it went a full round, I don't know it's fair to really count that as a loss. So in a way, 9 consecutive wins. What was different? What has been different in the winning streak relative to the up and down days of your early career?
Hmm. I think I'm just enjoying the ride, to be honest with you. I'm enjoying it. I train my ass off. I'm a father now, so I think I don't. I just let it happen. I just let it happen. Of course, I'm going to be nervous. Of course, you're going to have all these thoughts, but I just recognize that everything is just part of this game, and I don't try to fight it too much. And I just let the chips fall where they fall. Of course, I want to win, but I do, what I really focus on now is I focus on all the little things in my daily life that's going to add up to the big thing. I don't constantly think of like, oh, I got to be world champion. I got to do this. I got to do this. No, I really focus on my day to day, my nutrition, my sleep, my horses are taken care of. My son is taken care of. My gym times are good. And I know if I do everything disciplined and what I need to do, the result will speak for itself. And it's been working.
Yeah, so you've reeled off all those wins. So how close to you are you to what you think your peak is, right? Since you're doing all these little things every day, and making progress step by step, how close do you think you are now to how good you really can become?
I think I honestly, I have so much more. I really do. I look at my last fight and I look, how many times he got up. He got up 3 times, it's like I need to hold him down, and I should have ground and pounded him the first time he was down, or submitted him. Guys get up a lot on me, but we're gonna fix that. And I still need to, with my striking, my defense can get better. My counter punching, my kicking. Like I said, this game is endless. There's not like boxing, you only have 2 hands, but in MMA, you got your elbows. My knees can get better, my clinch, just everything. And I don't know. We're gonna ride this damn thing till the wheels fall off.
Do you think if you had gone into boxing, because I know Freddie Roach said you could have, of course, been an elite boxer, right? Had you done it, do you think you would be having the kind of success now you're having in MMA?
Absolutely. I 100% believe it, because it's funny that you say that. My dad tells me all the time his biggest regret was not just keeping me in boxing, because I was with the highest level guys at the young age, the guys that you see now, fighting on the big shows. I mean, I was up there with all of them, if not getting the better of them in the sparring. But life kind of took a different direction with the wrestling, and but I always tell my dad, no, I'm happy the way it went, because I have so much relationships around the world. I got to see the world at a young age. It's made me the man I am today, and I wouldn't change anything. But I will get the opportunity to box one day and showcase my skills. But I was a very good boxer. I still am.
What do you make of, there's a lot of MMA fighters that have been fighting boxers, and not a lot of them have had success, right? Francis may be the most success, just given Francis Ngannou, given how close he came to beating the heavyweight champion of the world. Let's get your take on Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua, if I can get a prediction out of you, or just a little breakdown how you see that fight coming. And do you think we're going to see, second question to that would be, do you think we're going to see more of this, more MMA fighters trying to take on some great boxers?
Well, the first question that you asked, as far as who do I think with Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou, my heart wants Francis to win, for us MMA fighters, and to show that we can, a lot of MMA guys can box, we just don't have the opportunity to. Um, but like I said, if I had a lot of money, if I was a betting man and you look at statistics, um, Anthony Joshua should win. But I think Francis has a different type of spirit about him now. He has something to prove, and he wants to do it for himself, for his community, for the MMA fighters. And I think, he's a tough man to beat. But Anthony Joshua is just a really good boxer. But I want to see a good fight, and I ultimately want to see Francis get his hand raised. Because if he wins, it opens the doors for us MMA fighters. Like, hey, man, these guys can really, really can do something. For example, too, I think we are going to see a lot of crossovers in the boxing from MMA fighters, because I think the fans want to see it. It's intriguing to them. They want to say, man, can Sean O'Malley fight Ryan Garcia in boxing? And in my opinion, I think Sean O'Malley would do very, very well, if not beat him. I think he's very, very good. They want to see, can I go, can I fight a Devin Haney, or can Ilya Topuria fight somebody? at the end of the day, people want to see entertainment, and I think there's too much entertainment with the boxing fights. But I'm yet to see a male boxer step in the cage. It's a whole different, we're seeing
Yeah.
with Clarissa Shields. She's the only one brave enough to do it. But these boxing guys talk a big game, like, oh, we'll go in the cage and we'll do this, if the money's right and stuff like that. But they would have a rude awakening. It's a different ball game when you get kicked on the side of the leg or you get kicked in the up kick to the face. This is not boxing. This is like, or you get taken down and elbowed, or somebody's looking to break your arm. So I will have the boxers like, I would have to give them the utmost respect if they were to step in the cage, but I don't think anybody will do it. They won't do it. It's just too challenging. It's a real fight.
So you're in the PFL now, and Jake Paul is signed to the PFL. What is your take? Do you believe Jake Paul? He talks it, and you know what? I want to give Jake Paul a lot of credit because he gets a lot of crap out there especially from boxing fans for who he has fought. But I think he's 8-1 now or 9-1 after his win the other night. I give him credit. He's getting better and he's doing it the right way, fighting guys, guys on the way up. I'm not so sure about stepping into the ring, and I think into the cage. He's selling a lot there. Do you think we'll ever see Jake Paul in an MMA fight? Even though he's
100%. You know what? I like Jake Paul. I think, he's putting his money where his mouth is. Yeah, he's fighting all kinds. He's fighting every couple of months. But deep down inside, I feel Jake Paul has some balls. He does. He'll step in that MMA cage. He really will, because he has a wrestling background. I think, and I would love to see it. I think he can. I think he should just keep doing what he's doing. He's having fun with it. At the end of the day, people can talk all the shit that they want. He's making money. He's trying to help other boxers. He's trying to help, MMA fighters. And I think when it's all said and done, I think people, are gonna, love him. And look what he did for Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley made a lot of money. Ben Askren made a lot of money. So it's not like when you fight Jake Paul, you're getting a good payday. And but back to your question, Jake Paul definitely will step in the cage for sure.
Do you think he is going to, in the long run, have a benefit especially for MMA fighters? Because that's, what he has said he was trying to do, to raise the pay level and raise the working and improve the working conditions for you guys. Do you see evidence that is going to happen, and that, by virtue of him having, gotten this platform and spoken out the way he has, do you think that will impact other MMA fighters down the line?
Well, I definitely don't think it's going to hurt us. I think he's in a position to kind of speak his mind because he is secured. I mean, he has all the money in the world, and he kind of can, when you got deep pockets, you can kind of talk a little bit how you want to talk. Let's just be honest. He's kind of his own boss. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt us. I mean, he's trying to, I think he's trying to get people paid in all areas. Boxing, MMA, and if we're making money and we're doing really good, that just benefits us all. Because if we're making a lot of money, the organizations are making, they're doing good business. And at the end of the day, I always think that there is a solution for this stuff. I don't know the details, but anybody can sit down at the table and negotiate and make sure that everybody meets in the middle. And as long as you're doing your job and they're doing your job, I think, we can all win. Because like I said, when the fighters are winning, the organizations are winning. And at the end of the day, we are a big family. We all just want to make it.
Well, that's what I'm rooting for, all you guys to make it big time. Let's wrap with this then. You coming off a really big win on a high profile show. We got the featherweight championship being contested. I'm sure you're going to have an eye on that. What's next for you? Are you going to be in a title fight? What do you see next? And when can we expect you back?
Definitely for the title is next. I believe that is the next thing. A few months. I want to see how this fight plays out as far as Kennedy and Pitbull, but I'm ready to fight for the title. And I'm at that stage in my life, mentally, physically. The next fight will be for the title. I'm 100% sure.
Awesome. Well, we will look forward to seeing that. Aaron Pico, always great to talk to you. Always good to watch you fight. You're an entertaining guy, and appreciate your time, brother. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. See ya.